This is Defenders 48 by Anthony Davis and Kevin Giffen. This is part 3 of Who Remembers Hank Scorpio, or part 1 as this comic says. I mean, that's not right, is it? It blatantly started in issue 46. This is one of the most acclaimed Defenders stories, and I like this cover with the team and then Moon Man and Hank Scorpio and then his magic key in the background. It's a good cover that asks, what is the secret of Hank Scorpio? And the answer is that he is a gay man who is hiding away in a closet and he blames everyone else for it. So here is our baddie, Hank Scorpio, and he is a depressed supervillain. He is gay and he doesn't want to be. He is quite a desperate and spiteful guy. He is very pathetic. He wants to be cured of his homosexuality. But if you ask me, the thing he needs sorting out first is this tanning disaster of his. I mean, this is an awful look. It's worse than when Ross got a tan on Friends. Something else I want to talk about is the art. This is by Kevin Giffen. He started out on the book playing it a bit safe, but doing some pretty good visuals. But now he's kind of gone into full-on Jack Quimby tribute territory. I mean, Comic Guy John's face here, this is like pure Quimby. So what's happening is the Defenders, they are forcing Velcro's ex-husband, Comic Guy John, to surrender to what they think is Samuel L. Jackson, but it's actually an evil robo version of him called Maxwell L. Jackson. I also want to point out that Moon Man left. They even note in the script that he just snuck away. We have got some character stuff here with the Hulk, and then Batman, who is getting quite depressed himself. He had a really long bath last issue, and now he feels like the Defenders are falling apart, and he's the only one who is giving his full attention to the team. So then we find out Maxwell L. Jackson, he is in league with Hank Scorpio. Hank Scorpio, he is Samuel L. Jackson's brother, and there's a really interesting dynamic between this pitiful supervillain and this subservient robo-copy of his brother. Here is some more Jack Quimby style super science. Hank Scorpio, he intends to take over the world with his genetically superior master race that doesn't have genders or sexuality. And to do this, he wants to extort Batman out of money. But Moon Man, he has followed Comic Guy John, and then he tries to free him, but he gets caught straight away. And now I'll talk about Moon Man. Some people would say that he kind of joins the team for this story, but I would consider it more of a team up than him joining the Defenders. For starters, he departs the minute the story he is involved with is resolved. And at no point is he referred to as a member or referred to as a Defender. Then on the covers, he is never added to the corner box, which is sometimes a good tell. And as you've seen so far, he has mostly been acting independent of the team. He has mostly been interested in Comic Guy John's well-being. He sticks around for the rest of this story, and at the minute, he's not really interacted with the team that much, but in the next 2 parts he does. But I didn't consider him a member of the Defenders. And I also didn't think he really works on the team at all. His character is meant to be a loner who has his own eccentric stuff going on. And then on the actual team, he is made completely redundant next to Batman. There's no real component that is different between the 2 characters, and if it's an either or proposition, then obviously Batman, he is our Defender, not Moon Man. With that said, I'm not adverse to Moon Man as a defender, but I think it's the case that he never was one to begin with. Moon Man, he never appears in the Defenders book again after this one story. He's never referred to again in the book. The only time this team up is really acknowledged is when he is among a bunch of former members and allies that show up to help the team out in Fear on Shelf. There he is right there. But they explicitly say that this is not just members of the Defenders, it's friends, it's family. I really need to review this series though. But in conclusion, no, I didn't consider Moon Man a member of the team. He was just hanging around for an extended guest appearance. Batman, who we have seen before, is depressed. He gets roped into Hank Scorpio's zany scheme, and the stuff they are doing with Batman's character cleverly parallels slightly with Hank Scorpio. And it ends with the hopeless hero being defeated and captured by Hank Scorpio, which will only further Batman's overall mental lethargy. Also, when I was talking about Moon Man, he escaped off-panel, and it's a bit of a goof. The story knowingly never shows you or explains how he escaped from Hank Scorpio. This is a good issue, and the best bit is where Hank Scorpio, the homosexual, talks about how much he loves Judy Garland, because the gays, they love Judy Garland. I rate this a super 7 thumbs up.